Hi, everyone. Last week's protests left over 30 people arrested here in the Spokane area. So we take a look at those arrested, what's happened since then, and get the very latest coming up.
And we got one more warm day before we get to the first day of summer, and that weather pattern is going to be much cooler heading into this weekend.
And of course, today is a federal holiday, Juneteenth. We have the history of the holiday and what to expect later this afternoon coming up. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti. We appreciate you being here today. We're going to head outside, and that's where meteorologist Thomas Patrick is standing by. He's in the KREM 2 Weather Center. Thomas, looks like a whole lot of sunshine and warmth. What do you know? Yeah,
it definitely feels very pleasant out here. I will say, if anything, there's some high cloud cover overhead that might be just covering up part of the sky. So let's call it partly cloudy for today, but still actually very pleasant and very comfortable at 67 degrees. Not feeling like it's going to get too hot or like that is going to run away from us, but a very nice day on tap. And you'll definitely want to enjoy this final day of spring, as it feels very much like one of those perfect spring days, mid 70s, and again, an ample amount of sunshine overhead. I just kind of highlighted some of this high cloud cover that is just starting to coalesce over part of the area, but this is not going to disturb us, not just yet anyways. What's going to happen for the first day of summer tomorrow on the solstice and for the weekend ahead is that it's going to get a lot colder overall. Look at this, a high of only 60 degrees on Saturday. Bigger question, when and where are those rain chances going to materialize? Because there will be some rain chances between Saturday and Sunday, mainly during the evening hours here, but it might not be so cut and dry across different portions of the inland Northwest. So coming up, I'll go over those more precise details and the timing details when it comes to this much colder summer weekend ahead.
Thank you, my friend. We do have an update for you this afternoon on the arrested protesters from this past weekend. Justice for All shared a statement on Facebook stating, quote, "I, like many others that day, took action to protect people from harm and to stand for the rights of us all. They can scapegoat one person, but they cannot scapegoat the movement for change and the demand that our human rights be protected." KREM 2 had previously sent requests for a statement, but according to For All, their phones had been seized. And around half of those arrested at Spokane's anti-ICE protests last week have had their charges dropped. According to court records, the cases were dropped without prejudice, meaning they could be refiled at any point. Spokane County prosecutor said the charges were dismissed solely because they were incorrectly filed. And the motorcyclist who was hit during Sunday's carjackings, Richard Embry, died at the hospital yesterday. His cardiac arrest. Now, the other day, she had said her dad felt lucky to be alive following, of course, being hit on his motorcycle. The Embry family sent out a statement, and in it said, quote, "He's out of pain now, and that is all we could ask for." Their GoFundMe is still online. Now they're raising money for funeral expenses. We do have a link to that page. It's on our website at KREM.com. And Washington state troopers are using cell phone data to find spots where people speed most often. The state bought the data from navigation apps like Google Maps and Waze. For the next 6 weeks, they'll be focusing on the area from US 2 and I-90 to Spokane Valley. Over on the west side, they'll be focusing on I-5 from JBLM north to Auburn and I-5 around Everett. Just to be clear, WSP is not using any of the personal information. Just trying to track speeders. Okay. Spokane County fire officials have lifted all evacuation notices from the fire near Parksmith Drive in Meade. You may remember our reporting last night when level 3 evacuations were issued and forced people out of their homes. Firefighters say 24 units responded, including a plane overhead. Crews were able to contain the fire to just 1 acre, and it did not burn any structures. So they got a handle on that quickly.
Being in a rapidly moving environment with fire and a residential area, the situation escalated quickly. However, it's all about response time. It's all about getting the right number of resources on the scene as quickly as we can, which we did here at D9.
And DNR right now is still investigating what might have sparked that fire. All right, talking about fire and the agencies who work on them, fire agencies over in Idaho are using new artificial intelligence technology to try and spot wildfires. These new AI wildfire detection cameras are basically the modern day lookout towers that we used to know. The cameras can be controlled remotely and they can scan 360 degrees.
Once they have those images, the AI will actually go through there and try to detect what looks like smoke. And the AI has gotten better and better. And so it can actually say, this is not smoke. This is actually just a dusty road that somebody's driving on, versus this one is exactly how it looks. And this one is actually smoke.
If a camera does spot smoke, it alerts dispatch and local firefighters right away, which can help cut down response times and keep fires from growing. The Idaho Department of Lands is one of the first agencies to start using this new technology. Right now, they have 25 wildfire cameras all across the state of Idaho. And the FDA has approved the world's only twice-a-year shot to prevent HIV. It's a vaccine that is being marketed and can be used by both men and women. 2 clinical trials show the injection is nearly 100% effective. This medical breakthrough comes as the Trump administration looks to cut HIV prevention funding. The company behind the vaccine is still trying to make it widely available, but it is unclear how much insurance would cover for the shot.